Welcome to the mind of Lancescurv, the most creatively profound man in cyberspace.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Lancescurv. I'm glad to be here, having a wonderful day, a productive day, and I'm still riding off of the fact that there's a lot of good news out there for me. And I feel, I don't want to say the word blessed. I think that word is played out. How could I say it? I'm in a really good place. I'll just say it that way. From within, with what I do. But we're going to jump right into it. This may not be a 5-hour show, but I want to say that the title of this show is Stop Telling People to Wake Up. Save yourself and let them burn. Save yourself and let them burn. Now, for me to say, let me just say it again one more time for my family over on Instagram who just popped on. Stop telling people to wake up, save yourself, and let them burn. Doesn't that sound cruel? Save yourself and let them burn? People would say, listen, Lance, I thought you were caring. I thought you loved people. I thought you wanted to help save people. Listen, I'm not JC. I can't save anybody. All I can do is pass along information. That's all I can do. If I see something unique, I'm going to talk about it. But the bottom line is, I don't really consider myself anybody's savior. I'm just a guy who sees things with a different perspective. As each year passes on, like with most of us, we get older and hopefully a little more wiser. That's where I'm coming from. So I'm nobody's guru. I'm not trying to be somebody's prophet and wear African garb and talk in some kind of way like I'm somebody's prophet. You know, somebody told me that one time, right? I am a prophet. Well, how do you spell that? P-R-O-F-I-T? Are you trying to profit? Right? But let me see what's going on here. Let me knock this off. Let me see if this connection is good. Okay, this connection, they say, is wobbly. But we're going to keep on going anyway, because somehow, some way, and I'm going to record this here. So if this thing is knocked off, I'll have my own copy of it. But those who have come in, welcome on in. Indigo King 1111. Yes, Lady J Loving Kindness. Wow. Like I said, we're going to have a conference call so I can tell you some things that went down that you really would not believe. But it's only validation as to what we're doing. And I just want to speak a few words. I got some work going on here still. My voice is a little better, but like I said, I've been resting it from last night because it was really rough in yesterday's show. Let's start out. Here's some notes I jotted down, and I've been getting into my writing, and you know, I got to really bite down even more because I will be putting articles up here in a righteously scathing way on Lancescurv.com. A righteously scathing way, meaning that there are things that I can write on my own blog that I'm kind of forgetting that I can't say on YouTube, that I can't say on other platforms because they're not going to allow that. Now, am I scared of the platforms? No, but I got to get to the people. And they will come at you and do whatever they can to set you up to not be heard. So I must maintain that connection. And thank you, Indigo King, for stating that you came to the site. I keep telling people, if you don't see me, come to Lancescurv.com. Whatever I'm doing, you'll see there. And would you believe the hundreds of phone calls that I've gotten within the last few days? I don't see you. Where? I'm making fun of people. Yeah, because it's annoying. It's really annoying. I've been saying this, and I've been saying, look, there's a hit out on me, right? Listen, I'm going to lay low. Not scared, but you got to be smart. But where I lay low will be on Lancescurv.com. I'm going to say it 3 times. If you don't see me, come to Lancescurv.com. If you don't see me, come to Lancescurv.com. One more time. If you don't see me, come to Lancescurv.com. Don't call me up saying I can't find you, especially when you're a regular. If you're not, you don't know that. I might make the header of the site or the YouTube page, this YouTube page, just that. If you don't see me, come to Lancescurv.com. I hate to be this way. I'm not condescending, but We're really not making a connection here. It's like reading comprehension, critical thinking. It goes in one ear and comes out the next. And I'm finding that more and more. In the midst of the noise of entertainment, celebrity antics, and the allure of social media, a silent war is being waged against our well-being, our freedom, and our very essence as human beings. It's time to awaken to the covert dangers lurking beneath the surface of our modern society before it's too late. One of the most insidious assaults on our health and vitality is happening right under our noses: the manipulation of our food supply. Profit-driven food processing has led to the proliferation of GMOs, altering the very essence of what sustains us. We are seeing the consequences in the form of mysterious ailments and health issues, yet many remain oblivious to the correlation. I'm speaking in a retarded way, y'all. I want to really drive a few points home that most of us here and who will see this already know. Similarly, the push for widespread vaccination has raised legitimate concerns about the long-term effects on our bodies. I didn't say anything wrong. I can't say the word vaccine. While vaccines have undoubtedly saved lives, the lack of transparency and accountability, y'all know what I'm talking about, in their development and administration is troubling. It's time to question the narrative and demand answers, like yesterday. Moreover, the distortion of fundamental truths, such as the biological reality of sex, has led to a proliferation of delusional lifestyles and identities. The normalization of these falsehoods is eroding the fabric of society. Take it or leave it alone. Yet dissenting voices are silenced in the name of political correctness. The rise of censorship on social media platforms further exacerbates the problem, stifling dissent and homogenizing thought. Algorithms dictate what we see and hear, creating echo chambers that reinforce existing beliefs and shield us from uncomfortable truths. As we sleepwalk into a dystopian future, it's imperative that we wake up and reclaim our autonomy. The time for complacency is over. We must educate ourselves, question authority, and resist the forces seeking to control us. Transhumanism, with its promises of technological utopia, represents yet another threat to our humanity. The integration of artificial intelligence into our daily lives blurs the line between man and machine, raising profound ethical and existential questions that demand our attention. This is not a conspiracy theory. It's a call to action rooted in verifiable facts and observable trends. We cannot afford to remain passive spectators in the face of encroaching tyranny. It's time to unite with like-minded individuals. I'm going to say it again. It's time to unite with like-minded individuals to seek truth and to safeguard our future from those who seek to manipulate and exploit us. In conclusion, the hour is late. It's not too late to make a stand. Let us awaken from our slumber, reject the illusions of comfort and convenience, and embrace the responsibilities of conscious living. Our collective future depends on it. I had to read it retarded, y'all, because for the most part, like I say, I'm gonna write these things and pump them out every day. I'm really into human nature and the higher levels of thought, but I'm going to have to say it. Excuse me for using the N-word. I'm going to say the N-word, y'all. So if you're mad at the N-word, I have to say it. See, the nigger business is over. The nigger business is over. The nigger business is over. And what do I mean by that? I'm not calling black people that, but I'm talking about those who it goes in one ear and comes out the next. They hear it, they can even repeat it, but they don't absorb it. They don't execute it in their lives. And when something happens, here they come. Lance, man, this is what happened to me, man. We got to get this story out. Now, I'm not saying I'm some news reporting or whatever. You know, down through the years, I will always accommodate and still will if it's something legit. But if you're not really about it and you out there doing your thing, running away from the sacrifice that it takes collectively for us, and you know what I mean when I say us, then if you're not doing that in your regular life, then what the heck am I doing giving my time? I'm not giving my time no more to the nigger business. It goes in one ear and comes out the next. Let me tell you something. There's something going on here in our world. There are people who I know have an awareness, even if our ideologies are developing and not really super overlapping. We agree on 85% of the stuff, but we're strong on our own little 15% unique outlooks, and that's the way it's going to be because we are human beings. Human, HUE-MAN. I don't know about them other knockoffs. Y'all get the Coach bag and say, hey, that's a knockoff. I ain't going to spend my money on that. I don't know about the knockoffs. But the knockoffs are influencing us in a very bad way because, again, pain and pleasure. Which one you going to choose? I know I'll choose pleasure just like anybody else. It's good to eat a nice meal. It's good to sleep on nice sheets in a warm bed in a safe home. It's good to hang out with your good friends and laugh and talk. But I'll throw a couple of orgasms in there. I won't get too indecent in this particular episode. But whatever it is that smokes your drawers, do it. I'm not against it. But we have to have a measure of sacrifice in our world. We just can't be, I want to get away from that. I just want to go for the pleasure. And that's why so many of us are so hedonistic and we don't see beyond. We're not thinking. I'm sick and tired in my couple of more weeks before I turn 61. I'm sick and tired of hearing, oh, we better wake up. Man, it's time to wake up. We got to wake up, man. It's time to wake up. And you're doing the same damn things that you were doing from before. What kind of mess is that? The same practices, the same rhythms. You do the same thing, you're going to get the same result. You got to change up a little bit. You can't stay stuck. There's certain people that you're going to have to get away from. You can't stay around the same people and spend time with them and average out your energies with them and expect to be revolutionary in your own life. I'm not even talking about being a revolutionary. I'm going to go out there on the front line and I'm going to defeat all the fake leaders and I'm going to chop their heads off. You know, people have told me stuff like this, right? And where are they? Sitting there sipping a drink somewhere, laying up with somebody else's wife, smoking crack, whatever it may be. Stop with the talk and do. Put action behind it. Shut up more and do more action. I'm not speaking to anybody specifically, but these are the things that need to be said. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. 99 times or 101 times out of 100, I do it. I may have a roadblock or an obstacle. It may take a little more time, but I am going to do it. Once I put my mind on something, I am going to do it. And this is not me putting myself up on some kind of pedestal. That's just the way I was raised. If it doesn't make any sense to do it anymore, I'm not going to do it. It's not cost effective. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about cost as far as the resources of your soul, your enthusiasm, your drive, your focus, and the satisfaction that comes out of doing a job where, like in the Bible, and what they say, job well done. I got to be able to hear that voice within me every single day, job well done. But how are you going to lead an army? And I'm not even talking about me being some leader. I'm saying symbolically, because you know what? All of us, and many people say we have to vote for the president. What, you going to vote between the devil and Satan? Right? No, you're the president of your life. I've said this before. You're the one that runs your life. You're the one that makes the crucial decisions for your family. You're the one who finds yourself in this particular place. And yes, I know there are mishaps in the world and accidents and tragedies. I don't know why I'm choking on tragedy. I don't want no tragedy in my life. But the thing is, aside from that, for the most part, the large reason why we see ourselves where we are, aside from tragedy and mishaps and emergencies and accidents, I'm not throwing off on anybody who's had that or some type of health issue or what. I'm not saying that. But aside from those things, we have to be honest with ourselves and say, you know what? I find myself here because X, Y, and Z. A decision I made, maybe a foolish decision I made. There's a lot of things that I've had to sort out. I'm not one to linger in the past and say, well, if I would have done that, I would have been better. Or if I stayed with this girl, with this woman, I would have, man, back in 1979, they did this to me. And back in 1986, look, I've had some really serious and severe things done to me. I'm not crying victim. I'm going to make the system that tried to victimize me the victim. And the only way I can do that is to keep myself strong, keep a clear mind, keep my focus, and be that ghost that they see when they thought they destroyed me. I'm still here. I'm going to keep on swinging. And I'm going to plant I don't want to say anything too extreme so they can twist it around and say, what is he talking about? But when you walk out and there are minefields out there, and you step the wrong way and it explodes, well, we have to do that to the enemy symbolically and righteously. There are inherent bombs out here in the world for us on so many different levels that we walk right into. And we should have the sense to step around these things as we move forward in life. Like I said on one of the other shows, and I got cussed out in a couple of emails when I said, stop blaming the white man. You are supposed to have so much drive. You're supposed to have so much discipline. You're supposed to have so much of a plan and courage to move forward that anything they throw out, you pick your teeth with it. You bite it up and spit it out. Is that all you got? Because you have time to sharpen the swords internally. You got time to observe. But too many of us are observing the wrong things. This is the purpose of social media. Those of us who have sense know how to utilize it. But the purpose of it is to keep us distracted. Just like the man in the banner. That's why I made that photo that way. He's chilling. Probably listening to some romantic quiet storm music, thinking about the young lady who's going to come over and visit with him the next day, and the world is burning down. What the heck is going on with my throat? Let me clear my throat. I have nothing to drink around me, so we're going to have to wing it like that. No. Fast asleep. Most of us. Fast asleep. Everything burning down around us, and we have no sense of urgency to save ourselves. But we calling on JC. You know who JC is. And he ain't show up yet. But everybody else is saving themselves. And all we can do is, wake up. Well, listen, damn it. If you want to sleep in a dream, you stay right there and you burn up. But we need to deal with like-minded people. There are a lot of smart people out here who know what's going on, but very few of them are going to execute what they need to execute and have the sacrifice going on from within. They're not going to do it. I've been very disappointed. Not that but I don't put weight on that anymore. I'm not saying like recently, but just down through the years, you see that. These people, they just want their chance at the podium to go rah, 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 and talk some of the same talking points, and you look in their personal lives and they ain't doing a damn thing. I'm not saying to save other people, but elevate yourself. And it doesn't mean you have to have some monumental manifestation. Well, I started doing a little gardening, and now I have 500 acres of. No, save yourself. Do what you need to do to save yourself. Stop taking your energy to save other people, to inform other people, to motivate other people while they're hating on you at the same time. They're hating on you, not all of them, but some of them. How dare you say this? Your very motivation will piss people off. The fact that you're going after something positive in the midst of all the doom and gloom in the world, how dare you? I'm going to be very blunt. There are people who I know, and many people who you know, who haven't been on for a couple of years, who tried to take my site down and was mad when I came out to Africa. And I'm still here and doing well. And they're still mad. But they weren't really about it. I even offered and said, hey, we can break bread. You can come on out there, and if we got to sleep on the concrete floor for a little while until things are built up, you come along. And they see your enthusiasm and run and go say, oh, this is not going to happen. But it happened, and it's here, and this is where I am. And I feel so good about that. It's not a brag thing. It's a thing where you set a goal and you go after it. Why can't we share the resources of knowledge that we have? It's not always about money. Why can't we powwow on a cerebral and intellectual level and look out for each other? To say, hey, because you know, them other people do that. Them other people that Kanye West have a problem with do that. Everybody else does that. I see the Chinese out here doing that. I see the Turkish out here doing that. I see the Lebanese and white folks from the UK. They coming out here, not that that's the answer for everybody, but they help each other and inspire each other and motivate each other. For example, I'm not in America right now. I ain't been for a long time. Probably won't be for a very long time either. I don't know if I ever come back. Like when Mr. T told Rocky in the rematch, Balboa, you should have never came back. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm ever going to come back. I have a few friends that want to visit, whatnot, but we'll wait. I want to see what's going on in the world right now. I'm not trying to walk into a nuke. But even if you're not planning to come here or go somewhere else, be a base. Let it be where you're over there and I'm over here. Give me the advantage of having a hand over there where I can start a business and trust you and say, hey, I got this over here, which is expensive, this material, this shea butter, this whatever, dehydrated mangoes, whatever. Let me ship them over to you, and you go to different shops. You don't have to open up a store. Let's get creative. Let's get creative in what we do. We're a global people thinking damn local, and it seems like thinking local is too big for us. We're not thinking with any foresight. Man, this girl coming over Friday night, man. Woo-wee, I'm going to have me a good time. Boy, have you a good time. I'm not against that. I'm not saying sacrifice against the things that are human and normal, because look, the things that are human and normal, the world is against. They don't even want you doing that. And they hope to God you don't procreate. And if they do, when you put them kids in the schools, they're going to twist their mind around. They hate it when you have your children and you have their mind first. They don't want that. You're not supposed to have anything. So why can't we operate that way? Hey, Scurv, man, I found out over there in the Chinese shop, this is what they do. Really? And they got some setup in Africa. Well, let me investigate it from here. Whatever. Oh, you want to come out? No problem. They got to worry about a place to stay. You come over here and stay with me. You know what I mean? Why can't we look at whatever we have, we need to share it. But I'm not going to tell people to wake up no more. I'm tired of it. I heard all that wake up talk from single digit ages back in the 60s. Because see, my parents hit me to what was going on as much as I could absorb. I wasn't some little baby revolutionary, but they told me what the state of the world, like they have the State of the Union, the state of the world, what's going on. So I was a little bit advanced that way because I knew what was going on. Plus, we're right there in Washington Heights in Harlem at birth. Malcolm X was a mile away from where we live when he got shot. I was born in the same hospital where he was wheeled across the street. That was local. So I was exposed to a lot of things, and I'm so sick and tired. If Malcolm X can come back right now, what would he see? What would he say? Oh, I can't speak about these people. Well, they choose their life, and no. That shit ain't normal. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And they're so permissive, and they push things in the media. I know that for a fact. I know some people, y'all. I've been doing this for a long time. And they're pushing these things on purpose. It is so wrong what they're doing. They never push a strong, black, straight male in the media, on these commercials, on these shows. You better be softened up a whole lot, and you know exactly what I mean. They're pushing every other thing other than us. Oh, yeah, it could be us. Oh, they would love to push me with a white woman. They would love to push the sisters with a white man, but they can't have a nuclear black family push. What is wrong with that? Who is threatened by that? But who's going to speak about it? You can't say, look, you can shut me down again if you want. I'm going to keep on talking. I'll go out in the street with a bullhorn. But you better not put your hands on me. I'm going to hurt you. I'm not 80 years old yet, and I think then I got enough fire in me, I'll smack the taste out of somebody's mouth. You got to be about this, man. It doesn't mean you have to be a card carrying whatever, but infuse your being with some fire, the real fire. Stand for something, even within yourself. You don't have to go to your job and yell out in the break room with you. Be a silent assassin for the righteousness of us and the upliftment of us, because we have no friends. Some of y'all, you're smiling up with some people. Everything's cool, so they're smiling up with you. But deep down, are they really with you? There's a lot of us who look like us. A lot of us who look like us, act like us, talk like us, but they're Oreo cookies. Their body's black, but the mind is something else. But we can't call them out on that. We're afraid. Oh, that's my friend. I don't want to insult them. But they don't stand up for what you're going through and the things that insult you. What an even sick exchange that is. And I said even sarcastically. Kimmy, welcome on in. I just happened to come over here and saw that you just joined. Yes, I've been on here for a while. Not a long time, but about 30 minutes or something. Let me see how long I've been on here. 26 minutes. The one I did yesterday was 29 minutes. So I'm not going to stay on here forever. I'm just ranting off a little bit. And I got other things that I'm working on that everybody will be glad to come on in once I have those things set up. But no, it's not the time to coddle these people. Take your time. Wake up. He'll be all right. Just wake up. It's not like that. It's too late. It's a cutoff point. Look, I'm not a Christian pastor. I'm not trying to use those narratives to scare anybody. But don't you know that every time you bat your eyelashes, the amount of bats, the amount of time you bat your eyelashes, it's limited. Every time you inhale and exhale, you got so much time to inhale and exhale before you're not here. That doesn't mean you have to freak out. That's the reason why it's that way. You won't know. But live the right way you're supposed to live now, so that as you go on to that moment of transition, you can look back to yourself and say, job well done. I'm not going to sit here and try to remain in some kind of way of living, knowing that I'm doing wrong. And well, right before I die, I'm going, no. It's just like with the boxing. What did one of the fighters say? I forgot who said it. You don't have to get ready if you always stay ready. Always stay ready. How many times have we always kept our home clean, and at the very time we wanted to run out to go to the mall or to the supermarket real quick, we didn't clean up our home? Not that you're supposed to clean up all the time like that, but maintain your home right. I'm going somewhere with this. Now you run into an old friend that you can't deny. They're going to come back with you, and your house is nasty. I'm not saying you all are nasty. I'm amplifying it for effect. If you stayed ready, you wouldn't be, oh God, I got to push this key in. I got clothes all over the place. And oh my God, I hope I flushed that toilet. I ran out here so quick. I'm just being funny, y'all. But you got to stay ready. You got to stay ready. It's past the point. I'm just going to tell you straight up. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Deal only with people who are like-minded. You don't have to be evil to anybody else, but deal only with people who are like-minded. What you say, Kimmy? I'm at work at the airport, sitting here looking like an idiot. Why you say that? Why'd you say that? You don't look like no idiot, even though on your avatar, okay, look, yeah, okay, I can see you there, but from the screen, I'm like kind of far away. I'm jumping around, but make up your mind. Stop giving a pass to these people who refuse to ascend in their thinking. Even if you have 2 cents in your pocket, you can have common sense in your mind. You can advance your mind. I mean, way back in the day, if I was broke and went to go window shopping and had no money in my pocket, I'm scheming on, okay, I don't want this, I want that, I'll try this on. So when I went in there with some money to purchase what I wanted to purchase, boom, it was a quick transaction. Just because you're not there in many areas of your life doesn't mean you can't think that way. Because in essence, like I said before in one of my other shows, there is no there. The there that we project doesn't exist, because when you get there, lots of times you're disappointed because it's not the way you thought it was going to be. You go, people say, oh, I'll be happy when I get that Bentley. And now you get the Bentley and you're still not happy. Now you get the mansion and you're still not happy. See, these tricks are not going to happen to me. The home that I'm in that we just built, I'm happy with it. I don't have to have any more. I'm not saying that if more comes or whatever, but I'm not sitting here stressing myself. Oh, I got this one. I got to get something bigger. Or this man got this and I got to get that. Like even now, all my life I've had cars, driving different types. I've driven luxury cars, vans, pickup trucks, sedans, subcompacts, all different brand new, used jalopies. Yeah, I drove some of those too. Just like Red Fox and Sanford and Son. Some old putt-putt. We all go through that. But you know what? I don't even have a car now. And I'm happier than ever can be. I'm somewhere else. Transportation is dirt cheap. If you know the price of an Uber out here compared to America and the major cities, and pound for pound, the amount of money that you spend, you're like, how do these guys make money? I don't know. That's the way it's done over here. You have to be content and happy within yourself. You can have goals. You can desire more. If you work hard and sacrifice and you do that, you deserve what you have. I can't hate on you for what you've achieved. But right now, we cannot be as worldly as we used to be, because this world is about to change. I'm not like the crazy man down on Wall Street with the sign, oh, the earth is coming to an end. The world is coming to an end. No, it's not coming to an end. Maybe our individual worlds are coming to an end. Maybe the world, the way we know it, is coming to an end right now. You see what I mean? Exactly. They spend their whole life, Kimmy, and like what she said, I know people like that, always trying to do better than the next person. And what is better? Better is in their mind, because the next person that they're trying to be better than is paying no mind, because their standards may be different. See me? I respect and enjoy and want to ascend on a level of creativity. You know, I got out here on social media as an artist and I started writing, and the whole YouTube, Facebook stuff swept me away. Oh, we love your personality. Whatever. I'm an artist. I'm a dude who sits down for hours real quiet. I don't say much. I catch a few phone calls, whatever, and I like to draw. I have not had that time to do that ever since the whole YouTube and this, that, because, you know, like I said, you get interviews and people say, man, you need to do your own thing, and you do it and you get caught up in it. And I'm going to live a life of balance now, because what really matters to me is creativity. Creativity. Exactly. Kimmy says, I don't compete with anyone inside, above, inside, live above, my pay grade. In fact, trying to live below my, let me get a high five. Pop! Over the Atlantic. We're going to reach over and do a high five. Yes. Yes. I'm trying to reduce my overhead. I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. I'm not fiending to get that shiny bracelet. I'm not trying to, you know, like some guys, you know, I'm going to do some steroids before the next wedding that's coming in the summertime so I can look good. You're going to kill your body for that? You're going to kill yourself for this car and want to drive it around and go ring everybody's doorbell? I know people who do that. I used to drive the bus, and I knew there were people who didn't like riding the bus for the time they rode the bus, and they went and found me when they bought their brand new car. Beep, 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 beep. Hey, and they weren't even like happy, like they happened to see me and, hey man, it's good to see you. Well, that's a nice ride. Congratulations. They looking at me mad. Hey man, look, I got my ride now. What you mad at? You got your ride. You know, no, the typo's okay. I know what you mean. And these things autocorrect and all this stuff. I understand. But the way we go about things, it's just so crazy. Okay, I see Melissa, how are you? Yes. I'll put your things up on the screen. They'll see it over on Instagram. And Grand Rising. My brother, we're connected. I was talking to myself just a while ago about this. Yeah, about this conversation. Exactly. Deal with the people that you're connected with. I was saying I'd rather stick around like-minded people who has the same spiritual mindset like me. Exactly. And we can auto-correct ourselves. See, when we have that overlap, and one of us may be feeling off one day, it doesn't mean like, oh, I'm going to tell you what to do. No. But we'll inspire each other to stay on the course. You see what I mean? Because this world on an emotional and mental, physical, and spiritual level is a shark-infested environment. I don't mean sharks flying around in the air, but shark-like predatory entities trying to take us off the mindset that we have to cut through this life, which is a wonderful life. This is a wonderful life. It's a beautiful life. But so many of us get taken off of the straight path because of what's in our mind. And as much as I'm on social media, I cuss it too. Social media is messing us up because we're getting into the wrong ends of it. If we can use just a bit of it, you don't need a lot of it. But let's connect with each other. And I'm going to tell y'all too, listen, when you don't see me, like I told people, go to Lancescurv.com. If you can't reach out, you see my phone number. I'm not saying I'm some big thing and you got to keep, but I'm in contact with a lot of people, right? So if you stay in contact with me when things are going down, just copy my numbers. I got a local number up there. I got a WhatsApp number up there, and the American number you can call through straight because I have an app that you can call through. I got an email address up there. It shouldn't be where, oh, I don't see him over here no more, so I guess he's just lost. What kind of planning is that? Because you see, when and if stuff jumps off on different levels, all this time, and I'm not speaking to anybody here because you all pretty much have a great mindset. And I have to say it again. I am so favored. And Christians don't mess up the blessed word for me, right? I'm so grateful to have such wonderful people with the wonderful mindset around me in the private communications that we have. That's what keeps me going. You know what I mean? And thank you, Melissa. Let me see what she says here. I got to put it up on the screen so I can read it. For the last your children, pray for you every day. May the universe grant you with lots of knowledge and abundance. Thank you so much, Melissa. Thank you so much. That what you just said made my day. And again, I'm not out here fishing to be praised or anything. That was very nice of you to say. But you have some people out here, that's all they're looking for. Like I said, I wrote some stuff down. I read it off. But as always, I freestyle. Unless it's something specific that I have to speak about. You know what I mean? And so I want everybody who's here to get in connection with each other somehow, some way, and take your time. If you need to take your time, whatever. I'm not trying to build something just for me. See, so when you have that mindset, you can't take anything away from me. You can't. We're going to destroy this page. No, because the connection is already made. The name is already built. When you know there's a restaurant that you enjoy going to, and there's no other restaurant like that in the whole wide world, and they open up another restaurant under the same name, you know you can move into that with confidence because you pretty much know what that restaurant is all about as far as the menu and their offerings and the service they give you. So you can't take away a name. You can't take away a reputation. It makes it more mysterious and it makes it more underground when people do things to you or platforms do things to you. You see, you're martyring the person. You're raising their value because they're not going to be cookie cutter and sit down. They're saying it and keep saying it, what they have to say. I'm not going to be timid to say, well, I don't think I should. Now, look, I'm not going to come out and say some things now. The things they say, oh, these are in our community guidelines. And if you say this, we're going to smash you and call it hate speech. I'm not going to be so stupid. If I feel like Superman one day, I'm not going to run across the highway and say, oh, I feel so mighty. I can run across. If a truck hits me, it may be in my mind, but that's not the reality. So we have to move wise and be shrewd. But my thing is talking to us, vibing with us, because we're not going to get the real stuff from the artificial world. They're trying to suck away our humanity. They're trying to suck away our connectedness. They want to give us shiny, red, shiny trinkets, baubles, and rubies, and we give our human element away. This is why artificial intelligence is getting better and better, because we've given so much of ourselves away over social media, and they mimic us now. They mimic us now. They have become us now. They have infiltrated us now. And I'm going to say it again, at the risk of being looked at like a nutcase. There are demonic forces out here using artificial intelligence to suck away who we are, because they want to have the human experience to experience certain things. This is why we got more decadence running across the world. Our minds have been taken away from us. We have it just enough to move about the earth. But there's more envy, there's more jealousy, there's more hate, there's more lust. All kind of twisted things we doing, and they present it to us to feed the fire. So we keep doing it. And these demonic entities are around us while we're killing and hating and gossiping and lusting. I have to say it, it's adult. You sitting up and watching porn and masturbating, you think you're the only one in that room? You think because your mind is charged up with these visuals that just, and the very thing you thinking about, you think that you think it's not other things stimulating you too, to have you coming back? You think when you're in the street and you see somebody that for some reason you don't like, and they look at you and it's set up, what you looking at? Oh, boom. So what you gonna do? And now you're on the ground fighting for no reason. Somebody steps on your shoe and you can't say, listen, brother, it's okay. Man, you stepped on my shoe and you ain't say sorry. All these scenarios for decadence and bad things are set up, and they're put in our mind. Why do we gravitate toward these fights on Facebook? You know, I mean, back in the day, there was no social media, but human nature is that way. I remember in elementary school, you see the junior high school students who are a little more developed, the females, and now two of them are fighting, and we just waiting. Oh, yeah, look at, she pulled her shirt. It's going to be a matter of time before a titty falls out. You know, when you're a young adolescent, you want to see a titty so bad. But this is how we are now. We hate to hear somebody else get good news. Good news. We don't like it. I'm not saying anybody here. But there's something about the atmosphere. Like right now, off in the distance, I hear a little bit of thunder. It may rain, it may not. I'm way up in the mountains, so sometimes you hear it and it gets a little dark. In the storm, the drops never come down. Sometimes you don't hear it and it sneaks up on you because we don't really look up. We have to look kind of sideways because I'm at one of the highest points in the eastern region of Ghana. So the storms come out of nowhere. See? So that's how life is. The storms will come out of nowhere. Sometimes they're predictable. Sometimes they come out of nowhere. But you need to be prepared and stop wasting time. Wake up. Wake up. Come on now. Folks, not only are they asleep in the bed, they got headphones on. They're having other things being put in their mind while the fires rage around us. I'm not saying to run out there crazy and just, you know what I mean? But at least acknowledge that we need to have more of a sense of urgency to now keep the energies to ourselves and those who are like-minded. That's the bottom line. That's why I sat here this whole time and ran my mouth just to say that. Stop trying to convince people who are going to reject what you say anyway. They're going to reject it. They may shake their head, oh yeah, you're right. They might be able to have a conversation with you and kick it back with you, and you think there's so much aware. It's one thing to know, but it's another thing to do. It's one thing to speak it, but can you execute it? You know, there are a lot of people who have great libraries in their home, and it's only for show, to make them appear to be intellectual. You see people taking pictures in front of all these books, and you assume, oh, they have all those books. I don't have half the books. I only got 3 books I'm reading, right? And they got these big libraries in their house, and they sit in front of a desk or behind the desk in front of the books. You know that trick. They do it all the time in court. You have a black man who's going to the court system or through the court system that he knows is stacked against him. And to get the advantage, what does he do? He puts on a suit that he just bought to make him seem to be more genteel. Brother has perfect vision, but he gets a set of spectacles, some glasses to put on. Not contact lenses because you won't see him, but glasses. So it seems like he's well read. And if he can hold a book, he'll do so. Oh, he's a reader. He's intelligent. Doesn't mean that. He might be thugged out and murdered a bunch of people, but he's playing the visuals on you. And this is what you have to do. Don't let people play the visuals on you and fool you. Oh, they must be, they're in church all the time. What does that mean? A lot of people I know go to church just so they can hear the gossip. Or they bored. That's their social life. I ain't got nothing. Look at a lot of elderly people. I'm not throwing off on that. They can do what they need to do. But a lot of them are going to church so they can keep up with the gossip, what's going on, and they're just lonely. I understand that. But pull back some of that energy, y'all. I'm not saying not to do what you have to do, but focus it on yourself. I cannot be wrong. People cannot agree with me and say, well, your ideology, I can't agree with this. It's fine. It's okay. We all had our walks through this world. We all caught our scratches and our dents. Just like when you go to the appliance store. Well, this washer is $800, but if you get the one that's scratch and dent, we'll sell it to you for $4. Well, the scratches and the dents are on that side where it's going to be up against the wall. So I'm getting 50% off if it's still working mechanically perfect. We all caught scars in this lifetime. We're all healing up from something in this life. That's going to season and flavor how we see the world. We need to get out of that. And imagine, okay, we have drones now, right? And the drones now can videotape stuff from far up. What does the top of your apartment complex or your house look like from a drone? We probably don't know. But try to imagine yourself to be a drone. I'm not talking about on a physical level, but on a spiritual level, on a mental level, and try to imagine from a different angle what your life is, what somebody else's life is, what they have to go through and understand. But don't invest your precious energy on people who are going to look at you and they ain't going to try to do nothing. Why am I going to try to take my last match and light up wet newspapers? It's not going to catch. It's not going to catch. Invest in the people who are there already, who have a desire. They don't have to be scholars. They don't have to be knowledgeable and read off all these books, but a desire. They can damn near be ignorant, but have a desire to want to come up out of the ignorance and darkness that they're in. But we get so fooled. Oh, they must already be there. Look how they dress. Look how they talk. And we invite some of these people who are some of the worst devils that we ever invited into our life because of how things appeared. They appear to have everything together. It doesn't mean that they do. When I worked in corrections on a jail level and on a prison level, there are dudes who are in there. Hey, man, I just finished doing 15 years, man. I'm about to get out soon, And when I get out there, man, I'm not going to do it the hard way, because my family, they said they'll help me out and I'll go with them a little bit. But the real deal, right? Man, you get up in that church, we've been working out. Our teeth look nice. The state took care of us. Man, we looking good. We've been resting and everything, well built. Now, them church girls are freaks, but they ain't going to say it. But you come out well dressed and you come out holding the Bible and you come out and be honest. I just finished doing 15 years, but I've been into the Lord. The Lord is my savior. I shall not want. And you start talking that stuff, and these women see this well-built, handsome man that was resting in there, and he's looking to use you. He's talking the right talk because that's the key to get into your lock. And if he talks it good enough, he will get that other key down there into your lock and twist it around and feel good and end up in your life, driving your car, living up in your place. And you don't know how the hell you let this man in your life. This is how people do. People would rather work hard to look like the real thing, to be the real, than to be the real thing. To sacrifice and take time from the foundation on up. But a lot of us want the finished product. A lot of us we don't want to build with anybody. A lot of our sisters don't want to build with a man. A lot of our brothers don't want to build with a young lady. You want that Instagram booty shaking up in your face, that fake body with the hormones and the cement in the backside and the big lips that can suck a golf ball through a hose. Let me tell you something. You build with somebody and you come up the hard way, and it doesn't have to be hard, but you sacrifice. When you get to that point of achieving what you have to achieve, it's the sweetest feeling, and you can turn around and say, hey, remember way back when? But here we are jumping back and forth, and we're like tires spinning in the mud. Take your foot off the gas and let that tire get some grip so you can truly move forward. Stop chasing after things that are not going to do anything or anything good for you. Chasing after people, waiting for them to wake up. Well, he a good man, and I know when he wakes. What if he never wakes up? He might have a good job, a nice car, a nice place, dumb as hell. Can he think on his feet, or can she think on her feet when this world takes the turns? I mean, it's like this. You ever stack up dominoes one after the other, and then you touch that one, might be a whole pack of dominoes, and you get that through real quick for a few seconds, but you took time to do that. So imagine you stacking them up vertically. Then the wind comes around and knocks it down. You want to be on a firm foundation with whoever you're dealing with, whether it's a lover, whether it's a spouse, a girlfriend, boyfriend, engagement, whatever, courting, or just a regular friendship with somebody, a regular decent friendship with somebody. Those energies you're mixing up with. How am I going to have a white outfit, a white linen outfit, and go want to hug you up after you came up out the mud? Right? I have no problem hugging you. But you see the state that I'm in, I'm not going to come down to that level and dirty myself up. But I always lift you up. Now, if I have to come down here and get you righteously, I don't care what color I have on. I don't mind getting dirty. Especially if you have a need to be cleaned up. I'm going to come down there with you. But if you have no desire, I'm not going to come down there with you and try to convince you, walk away dirty, and you ain't paying me no mind and wasting my time, and take the outfit back to the cleaners and go home and change it to something else and waste an hour and a half. Stop wasting time with these people who got their headphones on, who don't want to do anything with their life. And when I said headphones, if you're seeing this as an audio, in the banner, I have a man on the screen with a fire all around him, asleep, chilling with some headphones on, totally oblivious to what's going on around him. That's how many of us are. Totally oblivious. Like I said, I've had some conversations recently with some very well-respected individuals who are very knowledgeable. And I could not believe the Mickey Mouse stuff that's coming out their mouth. Like they lost something. There's something missing. I'm like, sister, brother, you're on fire. How could you even say that? And I'm telling you from experience what I've been going through. And you already know the back end of things, because many people don't know. This social media thing, when you speak up, trust me, they can come for you. Now, I'm not being paranoid either. But one day, like I said, we'll do with the choice people who are here a conference call that's private, and I will break down some things to you that you would not believe, and it will not be something where you think I'm coming from the Twilight Zone. Logical stuff with receipts. That's how this world is. So they will come after you. If they know that you ain't going for their agendas, they will come after you because they want to create a world that they could totally control, where you can't be yourself, and humans will be extinct. Real, highly vibrating humans. I'm not talking, look, people will be here, but they won't be vibrating high. They don't want that. Because to vibrate higher and higher, to go for a spiritual ascension, that means you'll make it to the next level. All of us are going to physically transition. But will we ascend once we transition? Will we ascend? You can run to the wall that's 8 feet high. Let's just say 6 feet high. You can run like an obstacle course, and then people running around. And the ones who are out of shape, they ain't gonna make it. You can run as hard as you want. You can even grab the top of the wall and can't even throw your leg over. That's physical. But we have to deal with that on a spiritual level, so we can't have no goop and no crud and no cottage cheese and yogurt in the corner of our eye walking around, because that will blur our vision. You understand? It's a spiritual thing. We see the physical. We can't let the physical pull us down. But it's more of a spiritual thing. And if you're asleep on the physical level, you're not going to see what you have to see. Because for some reason, we know this, and we still take life for granted. We still really don't see how time, and that's artificial. It's an artificial thing. It's on this level. Everybody agrees to it, and so it becomes real. But on the spiritual levels, there are no time. So why can't we meditate, go within ourselves, and take that timeless time? That sounds funny. Timeless time, or a timeless plane where we need to be to get up under the hood of our spiritual vehicles and tune it up and make ourselves better. So as we get out on the racetrack of this life, on this level, we can go through and breeze through easily. When I say racetrack, I don't mean race. I mean we're racing each other. We all have our own walk. We have our own obstacles. We have our own challenges. We were all born with a different deck of cards or different hand out of the deck of cards in life. You see what I mean? Giant Gain in the house. I just came around to the chat room to look. I'm glad you're here. Oh, always, always. And on Instagram, there's so many different names here. I can't even see. I'd have to take another hour to hit you all up and acknowledge everybody. Wow. Yeah, see that? I'm seeing some of the comments here. Yeah. Okay, Fire, Water, United. Like, how do we get with like-minded people? We are scattered, and that's by design. That's by design. We're scattered, all right, but we got to use this social media, and then we gotta weed through the frauds. Let's not even talk about that. This place, this social media space is infested with frauds. People who want to come off a certain way. People who have alter egos that they project out so well. We all have things we're struggling with. We all have imperfections. I have no problem bearing mine, but I won't bear them because it makes me more of a target in this war because I'm a little visible out here. I've been online for 23 years. So to make me a little more of a target, oh, that's the crack in his arm. We can use that weakness against him. We can get him. No, you're not, because you ain't going to know about it. But my closest inner circle people know that. You understand? So yeah, it's going to take time. But you have that intuition. You have that discerning spirit. You have that third eye. It's not a matter of taking a chance, but if anybody is really about it, you got to check their history. Like I made a recent new Twitter account in a new platform that I'm going to be going into soon, right? And I don't have but maybe 2 followers, 3 followers. I'm not looking for something that's outside of the category that I'm in. And again, in time, you all will know I'm building it up from the mud, right? As it is. I want that merit. I want to grow it because of what I've earned. Not, well, just come on over and just subscribe, right? But I'm getting these subscribers that beef up your Twitter account, your X account. Well, it's X now. I always say Twitter. I'm old school. You get these women, they half naked. You click on the link. Oh, want to come to this cam and that cam, and they show you hardcore stuff. I block them. I don't want anybody. People, oh, well, I can get more numbers with it. I can have a couple of thousand of them like that. It'll make me look good because my numbers are higher. No. Twitter took away in December of 2020. They took away my original Lancescurv Twitter account. I had 32,000 active people on that Twitter account. I can't make them follow me, right? But there were things that were planted there by people who I used to run with that was the intention. And then they go back and report on the things that they said on my show. Boom, and it's gone because they were there to destroy me anyway. But like I said, most people don't know that. Oh, it's a long run out here. But it's hard to really meet with like-minded people. All you can do is powwow, take your time, use your intuition, and let time take care of it. And you still possibly will come up with some Judases. That's the bad part about it. But we have to go through this because there are a lot of people, like I said, who work hard to look and appear to be the real thing, then stay the actual real thing. And that's the deception of social media. We have all of these filters. We have all of these things we purposely put up to give us this false history. Oh, I could tell you. I know some fake ones. I know some who are good too. I'm not saying they're good people, but they're good at what they do to deceive the people. And like, why go through all of that? Just because you want to come off a certain way? Look, social media is a place that's infested with narcissists. Infested with them. That's like eating a half a watermelon on a hot summer night in the tropics. And you go out there and walk out there with a little tank top, little shorts on, the mosquitoes are going to get you. They're going to bite you up. They're going to come at you. And when you are the real thing, and when you are sincere in what you do and put the work in, boy, the narcissists are not going to like you because they don't really want to put the work in. They'll put a little bit of work in with a lot of sweet, deceptive words out there in the imagery and all of that stuff. But they ain't going to pull it up from the dirt. They're not going to get it up from the mud. They're not going to speak and just shoot it from their hip. And they cannot show you their life. These people, where do they come from? Who are you really? So you have a lot of narcissists online that come with sweet words. For those who followed my old stuff and they saw me driving my bus, they saw photos of me working in the jail. They see pictures and videos of Mrs. Scurv and in the kitchen. I'm showing you my real life. This is not some manufactured type of thing, right? I mean, over and above. So don't even question my credibility. You know, I will smack somebody and I will give them a dirty word if they come at me the wrong way. I'm human. I'm not going to lie about that. But I'm going to be truthful. I know back in my 20s, I was crazy with the women. I'm not going to lie about that. But where am I now? I was taught a lot by my parents when I was very young in single-digit ages and coming up as a teenager, right? So we take little detours, but I never walked away from the knowledge they gave me, no matter how many women came around me and I couldn't say no. You understand? So we all have things that we go through. I know many people who have beat the crack habit. I know many people who beat alcoholism and heroin addiction, porn addiction, all kind of things. Ain't none of us perfect. The minefields are out there for all of us to step on. And lots of times we not only stepped on one, we stepped on a bunch of them and got blown up, taking years from our life to recuperate and come back from stuff. So I'm not here to throw off or even put up an image of being perfect. That's what the narcissists do. Huh? Tell me what you were doing 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Tell me the people who are not around you. Who are the people who are around you anyway? These people like to move a certain way where they don't have people long in their lives because of who they are. And they hate on you, but they say the right words and smile and they just seem so compassionate. Oh, I know so many like that. I know so many like that. And it's not for me to call them out. It's not for me to call them out. They will reveal themselves. See, this is what it is. Be true to yourself, people. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking you this, oh, hit the Cash App, hit the whatever. For those, it's out there. I'm not even saying that. Oh, man, it's human to human. If you could take something from this and ignite a fire inside of you and go on with it, and you don't even have to tell me. Let's give each other life. Let's stop running after this fake stuff that's making us dead. That when it's time to ascend, we're not spiritually fit enough to climb over that wall and ascend. There's so many people who are high up in status in this world, and they won't be able to climb a 6-foot spiritual wall because they didn't get in shape for it because they were too damn caught up in the world. That's what it is. Don't be that person. YouTube won't be here one day. Facebook won't be here one day. Why am I saying that? Am I saying they're going to get nuked? No. There's going to be something else that comes up, no matter how long YouTube been around. It's going to push it out the way. Or maybe society changes so much or something bad may happen. I'm not even trying to say that. I'm saying nothing ever stays the same. Look at yourself in the mirror. Have you stayed the same? I'm not saying it's to put you down. But I had a beautiful body at one time when I was competing as a bodybuilder. I looked in the mirror and said, what the hell happened? No, I'm just joking. I'm okay with the way I look. And I know I'm old and I haven't been in the gym since 1985. But my worth is not that. I've conquered that world. I don't have to be... I know dudes who are still like that. Say, man, you ain't 18 years old no more. You're not 22 years old no more. Don't mean you can't keep yourself in shape, but there's more to the existence than having this body and going to the beach and trying to pick up women on a carnal level. And you ain't got to lick a damn sense in your head. I want to be like that tripod that's evenly balanced in how the legs are extended. The tripod is at least a table with 4 legs. Yeah, it's going to stand. But the least you can have is the 3 legs. And for us, it's mental, spiritual, and physical. And a combination of those things. It's never, ever one thing. Oh, well, it's a spiritual issue. Oh, it's just a mental. It may be spiritual and mental things you have to overcome. Oh, hell, it's tough if you have all 3, but you got to throw the emotional in there. And with the physical, you might not be feeling so good one day with the energy to conquer these things. So always keep an eye on your spiritual dashboard, not even just spiritual, on the dashboard of who you are across the board. Keep an eye on the dashboard because there's a lot of check engine lights flashing from within that we don't even see because we're caught up with these distractions. And that's bad. Family, whew. I don't know where that came from. I thought I was going to talk for 15 minutes, but we put a little time in. I just want to say that I love you all. And this is what I do. This is just what I do. I have a normal life like anybody else. I aspire for certain things. Sometimes my feet hurt. Sometimes my breath stink. We all have those one-ply accidents. Say, oh, man, I got to wash my hand. Whatever. It's life. Live life and enjoy it. But know that we have to do things. We have to connect. I don't care if you're in Tuscaloosa. I don't care if you're in Czechoslovakia. I don't care. At least have the connection. Because it's only the vibration that we share with each other that's going to soothe us when and if stuff hits the fan. That's all I'm saying. You don't want to cry on the shoulder of somebody who's not or insincere or is just worldly or just wants you for one thing. I'm not saying cry on the shoulder, but the vibe and fellowship. What happened to the word fellowship? Right? We hear fellowship, we think church or some type of religious institution. That's not where it's at. But where can we fellowship on a spiritual level and on a real life level? It doesn't always have to be, well, we're trying to ascend as black people and so on and so. Yeah, but there's practical things. Like, anybody out here got a used car they can sell? It might be somebody who needs that. Put it out there or tell me and I'll ask for you, right? You might have a couch to get rid of. You may have a nice couch you want to give to somebody. You may be in Arkansas or Trinidad somewhere and there's another neighbor who needs that. When I say use me, you can use me that way. Hey, Lance, you know anybody who, you know what I mean? I'm not going to spill the beans. If it's something you need or sensitive, I've always been that way. I've never come out here to embarrass anybody, but I will blow up the frauds. Before I go, I just want to say this, and maybe you all can remember. There have been a couple of times that I've introduced people to the platform and they went off on the trust of people trusting me and they started ripping people off, taking orders for certain things and never fulfilling them or giving them subpar stuff. And I had to get on. I'm going to blow you up if you do that. That's one thing I'm not going to tolerate in my name. Don't use me or come on. And I'm telling, there's been a lot of that. Back in the early days when I started getting traction, hey, Lance, man, maybe I can, oh, come on. You seem to be okay. You say the right thing. See, I got duped like that too. Not no more. If I don't know you, or even if I know you, you're going to have to prove to me because it's my reputation on the line. I don't want nobody saying, yeah, Lance must have been in on it. No. You won't use me anymore now. I know I'm going to run your way with the singing, right? But anyway, I'm going to, oh, yeah, you're right, Indigo King. That's right. And there are things I want to have a private conference call to update and say what the reasons are straight up. But what I'm not going to do is go up on a Discord and be whispering or go up and no. To the ones I know that are real, like Brother Indigo King and Giant Gain and Lady J and Kimmy and all the other names I missed. But, there's so many names on both of these platforms. There's other platforms they're on. Once I find out, that's it. No hate, no bad mouthing or throwing off. No, because we got something to do. I ain't got time to be rabble-roused with these people and their little egos and their little plans of what. Oh, man. Look, I'm on here a lot. I know we have to present things a certain way and present graphics that are pretty. And you know, my face is out there and I put my face on the banner. So it's time to, you know what I mean? That's the business side of social media. That's your brand. But I am not a brand. I'm a real live breathing person. But I know how to play that game the way you should do it. And this is not for no fame. Look, if I ain't get no fame after 23 years of being out here, then I'm doing a bad job. Yeah, people know me. I'm not caught up in that. Before I even touched social media, within my circle of friends, I was always the guy talking, laughing, telling jokes. But I go to a new job around new people, I would be quiet. I was always known as the quiet guy. So even on that last job I had driving the bus, the other bus drivers that didn't know me and what I do, like, man, that guy kind of quiet. Look, Miss Baby Powder came on the show and said that. Was anybody here when she was saying that? Someone thought I was weird. I'd get off the bus, go to the bathroom, and come on out. And there were women who wanted to check me, like they wanted to get with me. They knew I was married, but I'm telling you how it is. Yeah, I like that guy. He looked good for his age and everything, but something wrong with him. He weird. Yeah, she said that. We were speaking about driving the bus because she drives a bus. She still does. She's going to come out this way too. You know, so it's not like I'm like this 24/7. I'm observing stuff. When I'm out, like later on, I have to go out. Rain, snow, sleet. There ain't no sleet and snow out here in Africa, right? But I have to make a run out. And when I'm out, I'm always studying human nature, movements and rhythms and all that stuff. It's like in a boxing match. And every time you throw this punch, the fighter does it. You keep doing this, set him up, pop, pop, boom, and you got him. So I try to always stagger my rhythm so nobody's reading me a certain way. You know what I mean? And that's not paranoia. That's just being when you know. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of things that I've recently found out. Like just around me, just out here in Africa, just whatever. They're good things. And there are people who are suspect. But the people out here, there's some people on social media and beyond that are so hungry for attention or position, or if I can get some intel on this person, you can do this for me. And I can tell it, but I'm not going to tell it publicly. I'm going to play dumb. They say, oh, he's just talking out of his head over there singing Negro spirituals. Old man River. He just keeps rolling along. Right. Anyway. Oh, Kimmy, that's nice of you. But you know what? We still going to make the connection. We still going to have the connection. And I'm not saying I'll never come out there again. I say that, but when I do travel, I will not make it public. So the people who are close to me, yeah, the bad breath too, right? That morning breath. You know when somebody loves you, when they kiss you in the mouth when you got morning breath. That's true love. Or they have a morning breath fetish or something, right? But yeah, I want to make the real connections and, you know, network on a certain level, and I want to set things up for that. And I have already set things up, but a lot of folks don't really realize. So I'm condensing everything down, and I want to have regular conference calls that are private for the inner circle and some for the public, you know. And just for that reason, I just want to say that it's set up that way. So anybody here wants to have a public conversation that I will upload if you want to speak on anything, all you got to do is go to Lancescurv.com, and as soon as it pulls up, whether it's on your phone or on the computer, you hit that thing, that the little tab that says the conference line. You can't miss it because I put it up top. You hit that. You have a choice to call in or just go in as a link. Don't do the call in one because you're bringing interference, but hit the link. No matter where you are in the world, if we schedule a conversation, then I have to keep saying this to get it in people's heads. We'll have a long, good conversation and we'll vibe. Sometimes public, sometimes private, but I will never, if you share anything with me privately, put it up there publicly or upload. You know, a lot of people trick people. No, I don't do that. Sometimes people are talking and say, Lance, man, promise me you ain't gonna put this up. No, you ain't gotta ask me that because I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna ask you if you want me to, or partial or whatever. You know, let's agree on this from the very beginning. But other than that, I'm not. There's nobody who complains. Listen. There's a lot of personal stuff I know, private stuff I know out here. Believe you me, some crazy stuff, some stuff that would cause divorces and even cause world wars, damn near. And people who are in the public light who you don't know that they are, but I know that they are. And they've told me things about very public people that I know that I promise them I won't go and say. Now, with some of them, like not the stuff that's told to me, the stuff I already know, I'm going to talk about it. But this world is very deceptive, y'all. Just move carefully and be true to yourself. Anyway, much love to you all. I'm going to sign off right now, and I will be back. I'm not going to say it later on because I got to make a run out. And I think I'm going to sit down, and on my Instagram, I put a picture of some ice cream, but it's very clean, very clean ice cream, right? The dairy-free and all that stuff. Man, I got business to take care of, but there's nothing going to stop me from swinging by that place. And later on, I'll probably put up some pictures. But I'm going to rock Instagram even more so. And I want to do some live videos there, mix it up, and make it where everybody has to go. What you get here is not what you get there. So there'll be some overlap, but I want to mix it up. And there's other things we're starting, and I have to have time to do my artwork and stuff because there's a whole new world that I'm going into. But anyway, much love to you all. Take care. Lancescurv out. And like I said, like, share, and subscribe, all that internet talk that they do that for me. I'm not asking for anything else. If you like it, follow and share. And you're not following me per se. It's the platform. And maybe you might meet somebody through the platform who'll be a lifelong friend or a spouse or whatever. You never know. Let's just do the right thing by each other. But stop telling people to wake up, save yourself, and let them burn, and take your like-minded people who are like you, who you know are trying to ascend to be better, because your life will go so much better because of that. Much love to you all. Lancescurv out. I will talk to you later. Peace.
Hello, this is Martha. Actually, today I got to meet my friend Lance. Yes, I got to meet my friend Lance. This is my first time meeting him in person, and he's a very kind man, seriously. I do talk with him on phone, on WhatsApp, but I've never got to meet him. But today, he's just extraordinary. He's very, anything you want to know about life, anything you want to know about just human, anything you want to know about life, please. YouTube, Telegram, Instagram, Twitter, all the social media channels, you got to find him there. He's very inspiring. He's very positive. If you want anything positive about life, please subscribe to Lancescurv. And then every day you got to see different videos, different talks, different topics about life. See you.
Make sure to go to Lancescurv.com, an online magazine established in 2001, containing written articles, thousands of talk shows and discussions, cutting-edge cartoons, as well as erotic expressions and tasteful adult photography. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. Once you get a taste of the world of Lancescurv, trust me, you'll be back for more. Lancescurv.com. Bold, raw, and uncut.